So now we are doing part 3 of building our kitchen, and I brought in a fridge and a sink. So what I need to do is cut a hole in the countertop so that I can have the sink showing. So we're going to select that face. We're going to draw a rectangle on it. Say, yay, actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's draw it in here so I'm sure that I'm not snapping to anything I don't want to snap to. And then we're going to delete. Then, once we've got it, let's move this over. Okay, now I don't want to snap. There we go. Move this guy. So basically, we're just moving it out of the way. So that we can see down into where the sink is. Okay, so there we go. So now we can see down into the sink. So the next thing I want to do is build that bracket for these open shelving pieces over here. So in order to do that, I'm going to turn off my walls layer because I really don't want to see that. And I'm going to zoom in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a rectangle so I have something to draw on. All right, so let's make it, whatever, that big. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, let's pull this one out. Come on, give me green axis. There we go, green axis. Okay. So now let's just start drawing. Let's make let's do this, and let's say we're going to do an arc. Some arc or something. I don't know. I'm just making this up. Okay. Now, if I select this arc and I move it, I can copy it. Which, no, let's do this. Let's not do that. Let's do this. See if we can do something that looks kind of concentric. Sort of. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. So now let's delete that guy and that guy, and then we can erase this and this. Oh, shoot. You know what? I did not make that into a component because I'm a dummy. All right. All right. So let's do this. If I triple click on that, I'm going to get, oh, he is a component. Okay, so, okay, never mind. So that line is there. Good, okay. So let's erase. So let's select that line, and we're just going to say delete. Okay. So now I have this funky shape. I don't really like it, but it's good enough for now. So we're going to pull this out just a little bit. Let's say, how big do we want this? 1/2 inch. Okay. And then triple click. And actually, yeah, triple click. Turn it into a component. Call it bracket. Alright. Then I can clone it around and have a little support thingy. Okay. So you already know how to do the cloning, so we won't worry about that. So next, let's turn the walls back on, and we're going to do some wall cabinets over here on this side. So I know that, let's see, from here to here is 6'6". That's really tall. So let's do like a 2-foot soffit up here, because let's face it, nobody can reach that high. So everybody say 2 feet? No, maybe not. How about 1 foot? Let's do 1'6". Okay, that's better. All right, so we are going to draw a line across from the intersection to the intersection. Right. Technically, the soffit should be on the walls layer. So I'm not going to build the soffit right now. I'll go back into the walls layer and do that later. But right now I do want to just build the cabinetry on this wall here. So let's get from the edge, let's come over 6 inches, just like we did with the shelving. So 6 inches. And we know that we want to come up. What did we do? I don't remember what our dimension was over here. What is this? From the bottom to here. Oops. Okay, so 1 foot 8, so 20 inches. All right. Oh, crap! I hate when that happens. All right, there we go. So what we want to do is come up. We know this is 6 inches, so we need to come up 1 foot 2 from this back side. So the back side of the backsplash. Okay, so we're going to say 1 foot 2. Okay, so now we've got a space where our cabinets are going to happen. So we're going to put a rectangle in. Okay, we're going to select and push pull, and we already know that wall cabinets are standard 1 foot thick, so we're just going to bump those out. Let's measure and see how much space we've got. We have 6 feet exactly, so we could do 3 sets of 2 foot wide, or not. If we want to do this in L-shaped, which, yeah, I don't really want to do that. Anyway, for now, we can do, let's do 2 cabinets, 3 foot wide. So we're going to draw a line from the midpoint to the midpoint. Okay, and then it'll be just like what we did with the base cabinets, where we divide it in half. We have the 2 doors, etc., etc. There is one more thing that I want to do before I'm finished with my kitchen. I do have to put my range hood in here. I know that. I want to do some crown molding, just because I like crown molding. So real fast, let's do that. So, and the crown molding, technically, yes, that should probably go on the walls layer as well. Let's give ourselves a little rectangle here, see if we can get, there we go. Oh, that's not very good. Oof. Not going to let me go. Come on, it's going to try to snap. All right, let's rotate this way. You going to let me snap? No, you're going to snap to all sorts of weird things. Okay, fine. In that case, we're just going to draw a line. Draw a line. On the right axis, let's come out 2 inches. On the blue axis, let's come down for, let's see, 5 inches. And then we're going to come back and then come up. Now we have a face. Great. Okay. So let's draw some crown molding on here. So if we, let's see, we're going to come down. Let's say we come down 1 inch. Give me blue axis. Yep, 1 inch. There we go. All right, and then we're going to have an arc. So let's get an arc. And we're going to do something like this and curve it out. Make sure it's on the face. There we go. And let's draw some lines and come back in and do that. Okay, whatever. So we can get rid of this and then erase that line and that line. Okay, that's a crazy molding there. I don't like that. So let's get this and move it. Just a little bit. Okay, fine. Whatever. All right. So here's our shape. All right. I want to put this all the way around the room. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to select this edge. Oh man, that's right. It's on a group. I did not think far enough ahead. Okay, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to draw a line from here to here to here to here. Okay, now let's hide the wall. Okay, so now I have this this path. So I'm going to double click. Oops, no, I'm not. Are you selected? Alright, we're just going to drag a box. Okay, so here's my path. Now, I'm going to click on the Follow Me tool, and then I'm going to click on my little molding, and there's my crown molding. So when I turn my walls back on, it's all nice and pretty. Now, granted, I'm going to put a soffit up there, so actually the crown molding would be on the soffit, except for on this wall, which doesn't have a soffit. So anyway, this is not final, but you know, it's a good explanation, a good example of what to do. So there we go.